Aerodrome ground safety depends on many things. It requires good fuel storage and delivery systems, well-maintained, marked and lighted runways, taxiways and aprons, radio aids for the control of traffic on the ground, and the many vehicles required for the servicing of aircraft, their cargoes and passengers. It all adds up to a very large investment in time, planning and money. But the most important and the governing element for all ground safety at any airport is the human element. By this is meant the training and the individual and team efforts of each ramp serviceman, each maintenance man, and each contract serviceman engaged in the servicing of aircraft, a complex operation. These men must follow conscientiously at all times, for the sake of their own safety, the work procedures established for each aircraft type and for the equipment to be used. They will have learned to take pride in the fact that they are part of a highly trained team, that their tasks, no matter how simple, are exacting, requiring great care, and often must be done under pressure to meet deadlines. For their own safety, they have learned also that inattention or carelessness around an aircraft on the ground cannot be tolerated, because it could lead to this. Let us follow an arriving flight from a bird's eye view from the time it comes under the signalman's direction. Observe that no activities start around the aircraft until the all clear has been given. The men know the danger of jet blast and turning propellers. Then the service crews with their equipment converge on the aircraft with precision and care. Ground power first. Trains of baggage carts, galley, water, lavatory, and fuel trucks follow, while self-propelled stairways have moved up to the passenger doors on the other side. Teamwork and precision of a very high order is the keynote to those operations, because space is limited, and careless action could damage equipment, or worse, cause injury to a member of the team. Within minutes, the first passengers leave the aircraft. Now, let us look at individual operations. Hand signals guide the pilot of the aircraft to its ramp position. These internationally agreed signals have the same meaning everywhere. The signalman must know where to stand so that the pilot, with his limited view from the cockpit, can see him clearly at all times and follow his directions. Here, the same man demonstrates the wrong way, too close and too much to the side. On arrival, the first job is to ground the aircraft. This reduces the hazard of static electrical buildup in the plane's skin grounding through the body of the first man to touch it, or by arcing, producing a fire hazard. Next, ground power is connected. Passenger stairs are positioned with care. On a windy day, this can be a difficult job. Careless work here has caused them to fall over and damage the aircraft and injure the driver. In the meantime, baggage compartments have been opened fore and aft, and luggage carts moved into position and unloading started. Not a moment lost. This is done with care and attention. Always get help when handling heavy or bulky cargo. Here, the water supply is replenished, another skilled task where carelessness or inattention could cause serious problems later through the freezing and cracking of lines and loss of pressurization. Intakes are carefully capped and another check made that all is secure before the service panel is locked into place. There, the aft lavatory is being serviced, another exacting job. Carelessness here, again, can create the very serious in-flight problem, loss of pressurization. Make sure that all intakes and outlets are securely capped and locked, and the service panel locked into place. Here, the forward galley is serviced. The first step of the procedure after the door is opened is to put up the safety rails. They are for your protection. Use them. In the meantime, refueling has started. The pumper is grounded and bonded to the aircraft to reduce any fire hazard from stray sparks. Note the open exit route. No blocking by other vehicles. The fuel hose must never cross passenger lanes or any other traffic paths. The serviceman must know the fuel distribution system to ensure the correct weight and balance of the various aircraft he is servicing. Hose nozzles are equipped with deadman controls and always held in hand, never wedged down. He is on the alert for possible surge pressure, which can seriously damage the aircraft and his pumper. Now, reloading the aircraft for its next flight is started. Here, day-old chicks are being put aboard in a draft-free and warm part of the hold. Next, luggage comes aboard. Here, a forklift carefully picks up cases of heavy machinery for stowing in the forward hold. Observe the guideman and helpers. Equipment such as this, carelessly handled, can damage an aircraft or injure a member of the team. Always be on the lookout for possible danger caused by poorly packed cargo like this. Ramp service has its lighter moments. Pets can be fun, but they can be problems also. Remember, not all are friendly. In the meantime, line maintenance has been making sure that everything is in order, that structurally and mechanically the aircraft is entirely airworthy. Whenever you have to drive your truck close to or in confined space under an aircraft, be sure to use a guide man. It does save time and prevents damage or injury to you. One of the most exacting and delicate jobs on the ramp is the towing and pushing of an aircraft. The tug operator and his crew are specialists. A wrong connection or disconnection, the incorrect placement of a tow bar, could result in a collapsed nose wheel structure. This is teamwork at its best. It cannot be done hastily or carelessly. The operator knows that the pushing must be smooth, without jerking or sudden stops, which could dislocate hydraulic seals, resulting in the loss of steerability of the nose wheel and cause a serious flight delay. He is in radio communication at all times with the pilot to ensure starting at the right time. His wingmen make doubly sure that the way is clear and disconnect the tow bar when the aircraft is in position to taxi. Clean ramps and runways are of utmost importance to today's aviation. Special equipment helps to do the job. But when you see things like this bolt, pick it up and put it away. It can wreck a jet engine. The basic servicing objectives and often the procedures for any aircraft of any operator are in general the same everywhere, to maintain the high safety standards of today's aviation. The differences which occur are minor, occasioned by different aircraft types, their cabin layouts, and servicing facilities in use. But all stress safety, that of the aircraft and your safety at all times. As a matter of course, all these activities are and must be carried out with equal efficiency and safety at night and in all kinds of weather. Ground safety at any airport means your safety first, because it is the collective effect of every man's personal effort for safety which will ensure safe operations at all times. When working conditions become very uncomfortable, more difficult and hazardous, they demand all kinds of special precautions and actions on your part to ensure your continued efficiency and safety while doing your job. In a blizzard like this, you need to be even more alert. You must make doubly sure that the correct procedures are applied in everything which has to be done. Only in this manner can your work go on, not more easily, but more safely for all concerned. What you have seen have been safe and efficient work methods. Now let us look at some undesirable practices. Some may hurt no one but your company. Others, sooner or later, may hurt you. And there are some which could be killers. This is not the safest way to enter an airplane. Or handle luggage. This cargo conveyor operation is a sure way to injuries and accidents. Don't drive across deplaning passenger lanes. Wait or drive around them. This is not the best way to take late luggage to a waiting plane. Speeding and fast turns never help. Always bear in mind that you are on display. The way you operate will be reflected in the public's attitude toward your airline. Airports are large, but this is not the proper way to get around. You may get hurt. This leads to wasted time and effort. No one wants that. Not the company you work for, not your teammates, and least of all, not you. This is not the way to leave tow bars of passenger stairs. A passenger, or you yourself, will trip over it, especially at night. Nor is it smart to leave the side wings open, as you see here. This is not the only place to park a luggage cart. It blocks maintenance and service paths. Now let's look in the galley and check things there. Here is one food locker which, on takeoff or in turbulence, could easily slide out and hurt somebody. It happened to this stewardess. So always check and double check for things like this. Keep them secure. Good driving habits are important everywhere, and nowhere more so than on an airport, which is not marked like a highway. Never cross too close to the nose of a towed or taxiing aircraft. A panic stop or no stop could be expensive. Write off one luggage cart. Reason? The hydraulics of a lift had not been checked, and they failed. The experienced ramp man will make it a point when coming on duty to check the equipment in his charge for serviceability. If it is not working properly, he reports it and makes sure it is tagged unserviceable. It saves time and prevents possible damage or injury. This basically was a good operation, except that no one wore their earmuffs. Deafness cannot be cured. The maximum permissible continuous noise level acceptable to the human ear is 85 decibels. On a rollout like this, it ranges from 125 to 140 decibels. In order that you may hear what is being said, this film has none of the normal airport sounds. This galley truck does not have its safety rails up. A stumble here in darkness or icy weather could mean a trip to the hospital. Get safety habits and stick to them. Quite often, earmuffs and even wrenches are found on the runway, constituting a danger to arriving or departing aircraft. Why? Somebody parked his earmuffs here, and they didn't fall off until takeoff was started. This is also no place to park earmuffs. If forgotten, there might be a jammed nose wheel. A lift truck driver like this, not looking, caused this. It took 2 hours to repair. It could easily have been more serious. As it was, the work effort and time of dispatch, planning, control, air crews, maintenance, and your own time was wasted. And the passengers waiting were inconvenienced and unhappy. Here is a dangerous practice. The fuel truck's exit path is completely blocked by a baggage cart train. No smoking on the ramp is never violated by the experienced ramp man, and he makes it his business to see that the new man or stranger is aware of this before he lights up. Now the aircraft we saw arriving has been serviced and loaded and is cleared to taxi. That aircraft was yours while it was on the ground. It was dispatched on time. It was safely and efficiently serviced. Remember, the key to aerodrome ground safety is the constant attention you give to the small things in your work. When each one follows safe practices, the final result is safe flight. It takes a great organization and vast sums of money and many people to make an airline. And good ramp service crews help to make it function efficiently and safely.